And any other negatives, would you say?
The way people treat you. I have seen this multiple times, like people start treating me differently.
Alright guys, welcome to my latest video. This video is all about what it's like to date an Asian girl. We got girls from Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, all in this interview, featuring 5 girls. So yeah, get comfortable, grab a drink, grab some popcorn, and get ready to listen to how these amazing women sort of deal with being Asian women in the Western society. And you'll also see a bit of my experience dating different Asian women throughout the years. So yeah, we want to see what that's like. Continue watching. And that's why the Asian heritage, obviously there's differences between maybe my experiences in dating being a British born person and then yourself being Indonesian and Filipino. So yeah, what sort of the differences you've noticed having dated in Bali and London?
To be honest with you, I don't really see much of a difference because I think maybe it's different if I was a Londoner.
Yeah.
Because I'm a visitor, so they, like, most guys that approach me or came up to me or even DM me or match with me, they always assume because they come from Asia, then they would take control a little bit. So maybe there's a little bit of difference if I was not visiting, if I lived here, maybe it would have been different. But I don't see much of a difference. I think generally guys that I have met so far, I've been quite lucky. They have been, really accommodating, like really like want to show me around, make me feel welcome, and show what like London is all about and all these things. Well, in Bali, okay, I'm more of a local and I would show them around, but most guys that I meet in Bali, because I think they know what dating is like in Asia, they would take the more like dominant, like leading role, I would say. So it's the same everywhere for me.
Would you say, I know we talked about this off air, would you say for me, like when I've gone to Spain, I've had to pay for more things on the day, like maybe the girls' transport to the date, which for me I found a bit ridiculous or unexpected. And obviously we're very lucky here. Girls in England tend to go 50-50. When I date women from South America, they'll be expecting the same sort of treatment normally for me to pay for everything. So I'm wondering if I went to Bali and I was to date an Indonesian girl, would I be like, what would be expected of me for that date financially? And I guess like, what am I expected to provide?
I think it's a bit of an unspoken rule, but I think Indonesian girls in general, at least what I was taught, I would always offer, like especially first date, I would always say like, do you want me to help?
Yeah, even if it's a fake offer, I think guys appreciate that.
Yeah, and I would always ask like, are you okay to get this, or do you want me to split with you? And honestly speaking, I think most guys would always cover for you for the first date.
That's something I believe in. I think with, regards to the traditional gender roles and that, I think a guy should generally pay for the first date.
Yeah. I think the behind the scenes that guys might not see, maybe it's more of an Asian thing, but like before dates, you put in like so much effort. You want to be in a good mood. That's I think one thing that even though you make me cry, I will always say thank you for the night. I think that's
wow.
Yeah, I even with
that guy,
the French guy, I say like thank you for taking me out. These things.
Thank you for the worst night of my life.
Even that's why the confusion came in, because he said like, oh, okay, like amidst the discord of like whatever. But I would always say thank you for just like spending like 2-3 hours with me. So I think the expectation is there to answer a question, but you would never demand it. Like for my culture specifically, we would always ask like, are you okay getting this, or do you want me to?
That's very polite.
Yeah, but of course the expectation is there.
The expectation is there. Do you think there is misunderstandings, cultural misunderstandings, cultural differences when you are dating someone from Germany, London?
Never. I'm quite lucky actually. Like even like I did guys in London, like in Germany, they always offered at least, especially because they know I'm not from here. Most guys I know, they always say like, okay, I'm gonna pick you up, I'm gonna see you here, this is like closer to your hotel and stuff like that. And I think it speaks as well to like sort of like the chivalry sort of thing, like, okay, I'm just a visitor, you don't expect me to figure out the maze of how to get around with London public transport on a first date. And that's quite actually nice. And
the next station is Blackfriars.
in return, I would guarantee you I would be like at my best behavior kind of thing. It's sort of like an unspoken rule. Like I don't demand it. I think most girls from my countries don't demand it, but it's there. I think the expectation,
And I guess what I personally am wondering is, what's it like with sort of traditional style Asian parents when it comes to dating? What do they expect from you, what pressure is put on you? Because I know there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, definitely marriage and kids. I think because I'm a woman, maybe it's not the same for men. But I know, like, for example, when my sister got married and then have kids, that made my mom the happiest grandma ever.
Really?
Yeah.
What age was she when she got married?
Um, 30 or
Okay, that's
29.
quite late
Yeah,
for
29, 30. Pretty late
Asian
for
culture, yeah.
Asian standards. But to see that, even though she never say to me like, "Oh, you have to be married, you have to do this." Like, she never say that. But there's that, like, I know that it's expected of me and I want to make it happen, but like with my own time kind of thing. Yeah.
You're lucky to have parents like that, I guess, because I know I've dated Asian girls where their parents are like,
No. Or
now,
never.
now when you're having a kid, when you're popping out your first kid,
Yeah.
when you get married. I know Asian girls who wanted to have kids at 22, and it felt
Yeah.
weird not to have a kid, which I find crazy. I guess just different cultures.
Yeah.
Moving off of that, going back to sort of the comments, has there been like comments where a guy has like thought he was being romantic, charming, but maybe was being offensive? Or for example, I know you grew up in Bangkok, right? Has there been like, there must have been like some mildly racist comments or something like that where someone thought they were being like,
Oh, I get those. I mean, I don't get it to my face or like really commented, but I've heard stuff of people like saying some stupid stuff about Thailand. Like, oh yeah, I grew up in Bangkok, and they're like, oh, isn't there a bunch of lady boys there? I'm like, so you guys assume there's no women there, or are you just stupid and ignorant? Like, it actually like views me when like people say that, because I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, dude. And they act like America has no trans women. I feel like I know a lot of trans women who look exactly like women, and you can't tell. If they think it's just Bangkok, you can't tell here either.
No,
man.
honestly.
I've seen it. I've seen a girl who slept with a bunch of dudes, and then this one girl, she's kind of awful. I don't know why she did it. She told the guys, hey, you know that's a dude, right? And all the guys were so mad because they're like, oh my god, I slept with a dude. That wasn't a real woman. But hey, that happens here too. It is not just Bangkok, baby.
That actually, oh bloody hell! I mean, to be fair, I think, I don't know, this could open a can of worms, but I think should probably tell them. I don't know. I feel for those blokes. They shouldn't. If they, because at the end of the day, I think if you're not into that, you don't want to hear that.
I mean, it's a preference for people for sure.
But
like, I no hate to trans people. I love trans people. Like, I'm from Bangkok. I should but I couldn't really date a guy who was a woman just because it's like, it's just preference. You know what I mean? Like, I have it's
it's preference, and I think I get it. This person who they identify as a woman, fair enough, but I think, I don't know. Fuck the girl who told the guys. Should have kept that under wraps. That girl didn't.
That's be a pick me. That's why she did it. She was getting jealous because this girl, she was a guy and she's a woman now. She's really
she's
gorgeous.
Getting really
and she and she kept it. She only told like a couple people, and she just
and she probably didn't want.
Jealous. Yeah.
The girl who is trans probably didn't want people knowing. She probably just wanted to live her life as a girl. So yeah. No, that's just spite and jealousy, and then you're just hurting everyone in that scenario. But in terms of so you don't really get too many, like, I don't know. I don't even know the world of cosplay that much. But in terms of like, do you get people say like, oh, you should dress up as this anime character because you're Asian, and shit like that?
I've had some of that for sure. Sadly, nobody ever thinks I look Asian. I'm half Asian though, so
I can tell you're half Asian.
Yeah,
my
Thai, Chinese, white. That's basically my ethnicity. But I mostly say Thai just because I'm proud of that. I grew up there. Like, my mother's half Chinese, half Thai, but I'm more proud of the Thai side, even though like sometimes I get weird comments like that. But basically, I mean, more people think I look Latina. I would say nobody really thinks I look Asian. And I took a DNA test. I was like, okay, everyone thinks that. And then it turns out I am Thai, Chinese, white.
Hey, these are not bad things to be to people to think you are, because I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I did a previous episode and I was like, the girl was like, what's my type? And I was like, okay, it's Asians, Latinas, and then but I mean, Latina and Asian, yeah, some people think they look similar, but I don't
They
know.
do.
But anyway, you're far more interesting mix than me. I'm half Irish and half English. I'm fucking boring. But honestly, I wish I was like Latina or something like.
I
literally
mean, I'm not offended when someone says I look Latina. I'm like, Latinas are so beautiful. I think that's a great compliment. It's just weird because I can't identify that because that's not my race, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, I know. There's another one, like the racist kind. It's always like, oh, you look like China. You look like China, not Chinese, but you're so beautiful. As in, like, they're assuming that Chinese people don't look nice.
Why do they think that's like? First of all, why do they think that's okay? And second of all, like, you're not from China.
I'm not.
Boys, get your geography correct. Like, you're gonna be racist, do it fucking right. But anyway, it's just don't. If there's any fucking idiots watching this, do not send shit like that. I don't know if you're thinking like negging. Do you know what negging is?
What is it?
Negging. So it's like when you say like, oh, you look really good. Have you lost 5 pounds?
Oh yeah,
so it's like
yeah.
You sort of insult someone.
What is it called?
Whilst giving them a little bit of a compliment.
Like there's a word for it.
Negging.
No, like.
In England, it's called negging.
Okay.
But yeah, that was just like racism.
And
have you got any other ones? Cool.
Someone commented on my post one time, like, the fuck you trying to show? Flat. He commented that first and then went to my DMs and said the same thing. I look flat. I'm like, okay. I'm pretty sure I'm not that flat, but I wouldn't say I have a big ass.
And what are the negatives?
I mean, some people might think it's negative, like you get hateful comments sometimes, but again, I don't care about what strangers think about me.
You're unique in that way.
I find it very funny.
Like, that's why we get along so great, because we don't care what other people think. But I know a lot of girls and guys who are like, yeah, I've seen it. They get a lot of mean comments and it like fucking ruins your day. So how do you sort of deal with that?
No, I just laugh it off. Like, I just post on my Finsta, show it to my friends, and they can laugh about it too, how people are so racist or like so mean or whatever. Like, it happens, you know? There are mean people out there, and if you take it too seriously, your life's gonna be ruined.
I think that's good advice. Alright, so Louaira, I'm saying your name right, correct?
Yes.
Do most people get your name wrong? I think you told me.
I normally get Louaira, Laura, Louaira. I think people tend to overcomplicate it. It's just said how it's spelt.
Exactly. I think once people start seeing multiple A's and I's, they just give up, and then it's like,
they get a bit lost.
It's gonna be whatever I say is, but no, I think Louaira. No, it's a nice name. What does it mean?
Thank you. It's a combination of my parents' names.
Okay.
So it's my mum and dad's name jumbled together.
So I'm assuming your dad is called Lou, and not your mum.
Lupo.
Lupo. Where are you from?
Lupo. I'm from the Philippines.
Okay. So where's the children? Why aren't you married yet? How old are you?
I'm 23.
Yeah, exactly. I used to date a Filipina, and we spoke on the phone.
So you know.
I know what they're like. She was like, I was like 22 at the time. She was 20, and she was like, "Why haven't I had a kid yet?" And I was like, "Fuck, you know, I still feel like I'm a kid." Yeah, crazy. But you got any plans?
To be fair, my mum had me at 30, so I don't think she's expecting any kids anytime soon.
Are you expecting any kids, or when's the...
No. No.
Okay. Well, anyway, so let's get an introduction into you. So obviously from the Philippines, tell us a little bit more about you. Quite big on TikTok, I've heard.
Originally from the Philippines. Moved to the UK when I was 3 years old because my parents are both nurses. So they brought me over, and I've just become a proper Brit. Let's put it that way.
What does proper Brit mean? What, like roast dinners on a Sunday and getting drunk?
I mean, okay, I wouldn't say getting drunk. I've got that out of my system. I did that when I was like 18 to 22. So this is like the first year and a half that I've been like calmer.
Something I wouldn't want my mom to find out. I think my mom... So it's funny, I don't party at all these days, so it's hard to imagine me in a different place, but I used to party really hard. And even though she was aware of it, it was more of a don't see, don't say thing. So she didn't want to hear about any of those days. And she would kind of pretend they weren't happening. But now I don't drink at all, really. I think I'm alcohol intolerant. I get Asian glow. I turn bright red.
Intolerant.
Yeah. That's why we're not compatible.
Why? Who's not compatible?
I said we're definitely not compatible because you drink way more than I do. I'm straight up alcohol intolerant over here.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've been completely sober this whole podcast. I'm half Irish, man. Leave me alone.
There you
Alright,
go.
guys, if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much. It means generally a lot to me that you made it this far. You're a real one. And yeah, guys, I had a lot of fun filming this. If you did enjoy it, then please let me know down below in the comments if you want to see more videos with more, you know, Instagram models, or, you know, just girls, pretty girls, just sort of talking about their dating experience, and we'll dive deep into all the weird and wacky parts of dating, you know, what's going on in dating apps, the weirdest messages they've received, all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll get my weird takes on it as well. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, please let me know down below and we will bring more of these sort of videos to you. But yeah, just want to say thank you again so much for watching, and if you could like and subscribe, that would mean an awful lot. So yeah, have a good day, guys. Go have a pint, a drink. You deserve it after listening to my fucking voice for about an hour and a half. So yeah, thank you, guys.